Hey everyone, I'm Abram and Covella. This is Justin Bosak, owners of RE/MAX Revolution. Today we get to feature beautiful Bradley Beach. It has just about 4,200 full-time residents, but during the summer it's bustling with 30,000 tourists and beachgoers on a regular basis.
We're going to take a quick tour of this gorgeous house with our agent Rich.
If you wait for the moment in your life where you need to buy a second home, that moment will never come.
They've been a staple in this community for over 7 decades, and they truly showcase their perseverance and heart by keeping that tradition going.
Welcome to the American Dream TV, the show that is built on lifestyle, culture, and real estate. I'm your host, Amy Scruggs. In this episode, we're headed to New Jersey, and we're going to be featuring RE/MAX Revolution. Let's get this episode started right now.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
Hey everyone, I'm Abram and Covella. This is Justin Bosak, owners of RE/MAX Revolution. Today we are excited to welcome you to episode 3 of our American Dream Show at the Jersey Shore. In our last episode, we had the chance to feature Lavallette, which is known for being a family resort town. But today we get to feature beautiful Bradley Beach. This beach community is located in Monmouth County. It's between Ocean Grove and Avon by the Sea. It has just about 4,200 full-time residents, but during the summer, it's bustling with 30,000 tourists and beachgoers on a regular basis.
Bradley Beach is known for its incredibly clean beaches, along with this boardwalk, where tons of people come every day during the summer to walk, bike, and run. Also, along Ocean Avenue, there's a ton of activities where you'll find mini golf, a beachfront playground, and also a natural preserve called the Maritime Forest. There's also a ton of cool events, such as the July 4th fireworks, line dancing, and the summer concert series right here, and so much more. We're looking forward to showing you the rest of what Bradley Beach has to offer.
Now let's go meet up with Rich Davison, check out an amazing property that he just listed. It is literally just a stone throw away from the ocean. We'll see you there.
What's going on, everybody? We are now at 104 3rd Avenue, just steps to the beach, and we're gonna take a quick tour of this gorgeous house with our agent Rich. Hey Rich.
Good morning, Justin. How are you?
Good to see you.
You too. Another great beach day.
Absolutely, beautiful day. Thanks for taking the time to show us this awesome
Well,
house.
thanks for having me out today.
No problem. So I know you lived in Bradley Beach for some time and you just came back.
Yes.
Can you tell us about some of the favorite things?
Well, I think we have the best selection of yearly international restaurants. We have a train station, which is good for commuters. Recently opened microbrewery, and we have a 90-year-old cinema that a private group is funding to reopen.
Oh, cool.
And a little history, Jack Nicholson actually was an usher back in the 50s and 60s, so if you can imagine him in the aisle with a flashlight. And then down the beach, of course, everything is reopening as we speak. There's live entertainment, there's a 5K run, fireworks, and then anything from runnings, fishing, to taking a therapeutic stroll on the boardwalk.
Very cool.
So let me introduce you to this 3,700 square foot custom-built seashore colonial. The first thing to greet you is this nice mahogany porch. Actually, before fiberglass, mahogany was the main wood for building boats.
Right.
So that being said, come on aboard and I'll show you the journey.
I'm excited to see it.
Great.
Go. Wow, this is great, Rich.
Thank you.
Take us on this tour.
Well, the home features 4 levels of living space. You have nice, natural hardwood floors throughout.
Right.
A dual fireplace.
Very nice.
What I like to call a timeless sands in the hourglass kitchen.
Oh, wow, beautiful.
And the floor plan is just ideal for entertaining.
Absolutely. I can see a lot of people having a nice gathering here for these beach days.
And by the way, once word gets out that you have a house by the ocean, friends and family who have not called you in years will be calling you.
Oh, I'd keep that a secret.
It could be good or bad.
Absolutely. So I heard the views from upstairs are amazing.
Justin, they're difficult to describe. You have to see them for yourself. Come on up, be happy to show them to you.
Awesome. Wow, I can see what you're talking about. These views are amazing.
Well, isn't it true everybody these days would love a good night's sleep? So substitute your melatonin for these perpetual breezes, the sounds of the breakers, give you a good night's sleep, which will certainly help you kickstart your morning. You have a nice private bath, a steam shower, whirlpool, and for the rest of the family, it's 3 additional bedrooms and a 3rd floor loft.
Wow, Rich, you're right, man. This is an amazing view.
Thank you. It'll be 35 years next week. I've been doing real estate, and more than half are vacation homes for people. And you probably hear this, where they don't need to buy a second home. And I say that's true. People don't buy these because they need them. They buy them because they want to, they work hard, and they want to create memories.
Right.
So I always tell people, if you wait for the moment in your life where you need to buy a second home, that moment will never come. Wouldn't you agree on that?
Very true, Rich.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for taking the time to take us for this tour.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it. And next up, we're going to take you downtown Bradley Beach, where Abram Covella is going to show you one of the hottest restaurants, Vic's.
Hey everybody, we're at downtown Bradley Beach. As you can see, it's pretty vibrant over here. Got the showroom cinema behind me, new construction happening on 3rd Avenue. The train station's only 4 blocks from this location, and it also heads to the city. But today, we're focusing on Vic's Italian Restaurant. They've been a staple in this community for over 7 decades, and they truly showcase their perseverance and heart by keeping that tradition going. We're gonna sit down with the owner and see what it's all about. It gives me great pleasure to sit down with one of the co-owners, Travis Zimbluski of Vic's Italian Restaurant. Thanks for allowing us to feature your restaurant today.
Oh, we're delighted to have you guys here.
So, Travis, this restaurant has an incredible multi-generational history behind it. Can you share with us a little bit about that history and how the family has continued the tradition?
Well, I guess it all goes back to 1933. Vic originally opened up Vic's Tap Room, and that was kind of the beginning of it. 1933 in history is real important because that's when Prohibition ended. So Vic ran out and got one of the first liquor licenses around, which we have hanging up in our waiting room.
Wow.
And then things kind of stayed the same for a little while, just running a bar. When his son got a little older in 1947, he said, "Hey Dad, let's open a restaurant with the bar." So that was how this restaurant kind of grew. It grew from just a bar, and then we needed a kitchen, we needed more seating space. It got busier, we need more seating space. So it kind of got passed from Vic to his son John, and then on to my father-in-law's generation, which would be 3rd generation. And we're getting to the point where we now have the 5th generation working here, doing different roles, mostly serving or helping customers. But it's so nice to see that we've made it 5 generations. It's very rare that you can get a business that makes it that far.
So how did you guys adjust to the pandemic shutdowns and limitations?
Well, it was difficult. I remember the very first day we sat down, my brother-in-law and I, and just said, what are we gonna do? You know, here we are, governor just shut us down. We didn't know at first we were allowed to do takeout only. So as soon as we found that out, we immediately just switched gears, started planning, rearranged the restaurant. The place was a mess. I mean, we had stuff stacked everywhere around here. But we went to a takeout only model. We had a great takeout business before. We decided to really just stoke that fire, let's get it going. But if it wasn't for our ability to adapt and on a daily basis, we would not have made it. And I also have to just thank our employees, because it wasn't just my brother-in-law and I said, here's the system, this is what we're doing. Every employee kind of had a piece of this, because somebody would say, hey, we could do this differently, or we could do that differently. And the collaborative effort was just amazing, you know, and the system that we used was truly collaborative.
So Travis, this is one of my favorite parts about visiting various restaurants, and we get to showcase some of your popular dishes. So can you tell me a little bit about some of these dishes?
Okay, well, the first is the chopped antipasto. That's our salad. It's probably the staple item that everyone always orders. And a lot of times it's paired with pizza, but it's usually paired with pretty much any dish. As far as pastas go, we have our penne with vodka sauce. A lot of places do penne vodka. We have our own take on it, but I think people really like our version because we sell just tons of it. I mean, we're making it every day. And then these chicken marsala is another popular, it's probably my favorite. One of those things where you gotta saute it and they cook off the wine and the mushrooms and everything. It's just with pasta, over pasta like that is probably my favorite way to have it. And then there's pizza. I mean, you know, our website address is vixpizza.com. Pizza is a huge part of our business and really where we started from. And, you know, that's our traditional thin crust pizza that we do. The large plain pizza is probably the most common.
I mean, guys, you heard it from Travis, one of the co-owners from Vic's Italian Pizza. Over 70 years of family traditions and recipes and these amazing dishes. They're located on Main Street and Bradley Beach. You heard his website, vixpizza.com. Come and check it out, guys. Thanks again, Travis.
Thank you.
Up next, Tom with Remax Revolution had a great conversation with Josh Blair. Let's take a look.
All right, welcome to the American Dream. My name is Tom Zdanowicz. I'm the broker, owner, and partner here at Remax Revolution. And today we have Josh Blair, Vice President of Sales and Branch Manager of Family First Funding. Josh, thanks for coming on board with us.
Thanks for having me.
So, Josh, we've known each other, probably 15 years or so. The first time we met, we were both at different companies back then, but it's been a long journey, and we've done a lot of transactions together. I see you as a true professional in the business and someone who comes up with some very creative ways to get financing and help every single person out there. So why don't you just go over a little bit of your background and how you got into the business?
Yeah, Tom, it's been 15 years. It feels like it just flew by. 15 years like that. Been in the business for 20 years and simply started out in the business because I was looking for a house. I was part of the .com industry and things were kind of fizzling away in the early 2000s and was interested in real estate, got licensed, got in the business, and it certainly has changed since then.
I wanted to go over a little bit about the market. You know how it is right now out there. There's all buyers and no sellers. Inventory is a huge issue for us, and the buyers out there want to know some of the ways they can kind of put their name at the top of a seller's list. You probably come across, you're probably writing 10, 15, 20 pre-approvals for every buyer nowadays. So just curious if anything you're seeing that a buyer can take advantage of, or something they can do to put them in the higher light of the seller.
The first thing is you can't be intimidated or discouraged. We've heard this in life, you do not want to stop. There's no winning and quitting. And I find that a lot of buyers today, because of the market, are very much, disenfranchised with the inventory levels and where things are. I have a lot of clients a lot of people that call me that say, I don't believe it's a good time, or I'm not looking for maybe another year. I'm waiting for the market to change. And so I'm thinking I'm going to get started then. And I would say one of the biggest things is you want to start right away. In life, especially in real estate, success happens when two things meet: opportunity and preparedness. So you can never be too prepared. If you have a 700 credit score, well, this is the time to get it up to 750 or 800. If you have, this amount of money for a down payment, maybe it's possible, to prepare properly and have even more money to put down, or have more money to work with when you do find the home that you're looking for. So preparedness is key, and something that should be started right away.
Right. So along that same vein, you're seeing so many applications. Your underwriters are seeing so many applications. I'm sure some things are kicked back and causes delays. Are you seeing some of the common buyer mistakes on their applications, or what they're doing to not prepare? Anything you can kind of give them a heads up on?
Well, you have to be, in the field to understand exactly what you're buying, and understand that this is a completely different market. For the first-time home buyer, they don't know any better. They weren't in the business for 10, 15 years like we've been to see what's happening. But you need to have more money as far as reserves than you've ever needed before. Appraisals are under pressure. Many people think that they need 20% down. In some cases, you need more, and in some cases, you need less. We have some tremendous loan programs where you can put down as little as 3%, 5% with no mortgage insurance. And these programs are helping people in this hot market make their offers more acceptable.
Yeah, you bring up a good point too. I know there's a new first-time buyer credit program as well, and coming up with creative ways to get a deal. Right now, we're seeing a lot of deals that have to happen because of some type of appraisal waiver or contribution to appraisal. So if you had more reserves, you have the ability to do that. And the smart listing agents are asking for proof of funds on that kind of stuff. So. And now, because of the pandemic, obviously a lot of this kicked off because of that. Are you seeing any changes from the underwriters requiring different type of paperwork, or anything that COVID and pandemic has changed on the basis of underwriting?
About a year ago, it was completely different than it is now. I think now it's much easier than it was a year ago when we were in the thick of the pandemic. Right now, it's good old-fashioned underwriting. Obviously, we want to see that people are back to work. We want to see that people have reserves, that they haven't been late on anything. They haven't obviously short sold the property. But now it's starting to feel like it did prior to the pandemic. So again, I think the most important thing for a buyer today is to get prepared and to become acclimated with the market and really understand what their costs are from a payment standpoint and from a cash to close standpoint. The numbers out there, Tom, are, as you know, are staggering. Houses are going sometimes 5%, sometimes 10% over list. And, with these big numbers out there and the numbers continue to climb, buyers seem to get lost a little bit in the excitement. And at the end of the day, it's not really about the price of the home. It's about how much money is leaving the buyer's pocket. And that meaning the monthly payment and how much money they're going to need for closing.
Yeah, true. I've passed 2 listings that have gone for 20% over asking price. It's just the best word I've heard it explained is frothy. These buyers are just getting so frothy to win. So you have to be careful to make a wise investment as well on the buy side.
That's what I'm seeing where buyers are getting discouraged. They are saying that it's not a good time to buy, and because it's a seller's market. But I don't know where this other inventory is going to come from. There's in our area, there's just such a migration of people coming to this area. And I just when you have that supply and demand, that's always, in play here, I'm just not sure when it's going to change. I would like to think for the buyers it will change. However, there's no crystal ball. We don't know where that's going to, or when that's going to happen.
Right. And making a wise investment, it's not always the price you're paying, it's the monthly payment. Because at these type of rates, I mean, I can't see a homeowner having to refinance ever. Sell, different story, but refinance, if you're at a under 3 or 3.5, historically, you're never going to see stuff like that again. So 07, 08, we got into trouble because people had rates at 6%, 7%, and they could not refi so easily. So, but any predictions for the market? What's going to happen? I know you don't have your crystal ball, as we just talked about, but rates, we don't know where rates are going exactly. The inventory is at an all-time low, a fifth of what it should be. Any predictions of where the market's going, what the Fed's doing, anything?
Well, predictions are interesting. I can tell you that the expectation is that rates are in fact going to rise. You're seeing gas prices go up. You're seeing the cost of goods go up. Building materials. I mean, pretty much everything seems to be on the rise. The government has printed an obscene amount of money, and that's one of the reasons why we're seeing this huge uptick in inflation. So as rates are still, I think, suppressed, or artificially kept down by the government, I think that as we pull out of this COVID pandemic, that you're going to see some things change. And yes, that I think more than anything will have the rates rise, which means mortgage payments going up. So you got to be in it to win it. If you're in the market and you haven't been able to connect with a property and negotiate a property and find a property, my advice for the future is to not be discouraged and to continue to be positive and continue to be out there, crunching numbers and looking at homes with your realtor.
Right. And one of the most important things I feel, and we've learned that in the past, is to touch base with your loan officer earlier than later. I mean, we've had some situations where someone found the perfect property. They took on a forbearance months before and thought it wasn't going to be considered a late. And all of a sudden they couldn't buy that property because it was considered a late. So touch base with your loan officer ahead of time. That way you get all your ducks in a row, your cards on the table, and you know exactly where you stand. So Josh, as always, it was a pleasure speaking with you, the most knowledgeable man in the business. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
If you're looking for homes in the New Jersey area, then you are in luck. We have RE/MAX Revolution's latest listings right here. Let's take a look.
530 Bayview Drive in Toms River, priced at $685 and located in the sought-after Green Island waterfront community. It sits on one of the largest lots in the area, 122 by 110, with quick access to the open bay. Features include gorgeous custom trim and paint throughout, beautiful bamboo flooring, incredible family room with beamed vaulted ceiling and gas fireplace, 2 kitchens, which is perfect for a mother-daughter setup. But one of my favorite features is the open deck that overlooks this meticulously maintained property and unobstructed bay views. The yard is beautifully landscaped with plush grass, patio, and boat ramp into the lagoon. Contact Abram Covella for more info at 732-644-6495. Next up on the list is 26 Desai Court in Freehold. Priced at $850, this majestic property is located in sought-after Desai Estates in North Howell. It sits on almost an acre of property and is beautifully landscaped. Backyard is an entertainer's dream with in-ground saltwater pool, paver patio with outdoor kitchen, Trex deck with awning, and built-in gazebo. Interior spans over 3,000 square feet with 5 bedrooms and 3 full bathrooms and full basement. Beautiful hardwood flooring in living room and family room, 2-story family room with wood-burning fireplace with a gorgeous 2-story stoned wall. Huge open kitchen with skylight and new state-of-the-art LG appliances. Master bath was recently redone as well with dual sink vanity, skylight, and frameless shower with bench and body sprayers. Contact Abram Covella for more info at 732-644-6495. 6495.
Next up, we're going to Manchester, New Jersey, where you'll find this 14-home community called Brentwood Estates by Area Properties. With only 7 left, you're going to have to act soon. These homes feature 4 beds, 2.5 baths, a 2-car garage, full basement, as well as a finished walk-up attic. Interior features including first floor hardwood, custom crown molding, box molding, and chair molding, as well as custom cabinetry in the kitchen with granite counters and a stainless steel appliance package and a gas fireplace in the family room. Give us a shout today. And our last featured properties are on Duville Drive in Manilokin Shores, a block to the ocean and just steps to a marina. This is the perfect opportunity for your next beach home, where you'll find 3 brand new custom homes by Area Properties, all offering 4 beds, 3.5 baths, a 1-car garage, plus lower level storage or a shore basement with a rooftop deck and multiple decks to enjoy the water views and ocean breezes. These homes are ready to be customized to your taste. Prices starting at $1.1 million. Give us a shout today.
We hope you enjoyed this latest episode of the American Dream TV in New Jersey. Make sure and follow us on social media and engage in the conversation. I'm your host, Amy Scruggs, and we look forward to seeing you next time. In the meantime, cheers to your American Dream.
This show is designed for you, and it's really by you.
This is where I wanna be.
We're going to show you what makes our areas great, our neighborhoods, our lifestyles, our culture, and yes, our real estate.
Our real estate market is hotter than ever.
It's a positive show, a real show.
I love selling homes.
So anywhere you go, all across the coast, we do it every time. Like na 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 na. I got nothing but the highlights. Can't believe that this is my life. I'm only living on the bright side. I'm like na 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 na.
So floss, I'm glossy, yeah, so glossy new.
Our show is called The American Dream because we believe that everybody has the opportunity to do everything they want to in their life as long as they don't let any and every excuse get in the way. People don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. I've spent the last few years traveling the country, meeting the best in the business. We say we're here to educate, empower, and engage. We want it to be a positive message that's uplifting. I think there's a real thirst for that. Tell the truth, make it matter, and never be boring. And that's my advice for you today as you get prepared to come on our show. Let's get it started right now.